Fucking Zuki. She could have saved the fire and my car. Dude, but it was bad, dude. I was blackout drunk.
Dude, remember? I remember there was this thing that happened. I think it was right there on where like the I forget how long ago it was. Probably like when we were like 12 or something, or maybe a little younger, and like a car just combusted. Like it just like caught on fire, like all hard.
Stop.
Yeah.
When? Years ago?
Yeah, like I'm talking like we were like either like 12 or like I don't know what, because I remember like cause in my grandma's house, like cause before when the trailer was there, my grandma lived there and then my uncle and my cousin lived there. Mm-hmm. In the little house, and they said that like they stayed up late or something, and so they were chilling and they just heard like a big explosion. And so then they drove by to see like what was going on or what, and then like there was just like
flames.
Yeah, like it was like a big ass fire, and like it kind of like it didn't really catch on to the house, or maybe it did, or I don't know what. But then I remember like when we heard about it, and then I went with my mom to visit my grandma. Mm-hmm. We passed by because we take that road, and then we looked, and you just see like right there like the trailer, mm-hmm. and then like just like all this black. Like right next to it where the car was. And I'm like, dude, that's literally like the next street from like where like you live.
Dude, that's so trippy.
Yeah, so
oh my god.
So I'm like, you never heard about that? You never like since you got the neighbor not knocking on your door all the time, like, you know?
I don't know, because that's when I was living on I didn't live on until recently, like when I moved back.
It's because like because technically where that house was, it's based like right before you turn on, uh-huh. Like it was like the second or third house before you turn onto
I know.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Maybe, but that was a long time ago. But that reminds me of when I was in my grandma's car. Did I ever tell you when I was in the car with my dog Sunny, the fucking car caught fire? My grandma's car?
What?
Okay, so this was recent. This was like I want to say 2 years ago, because I was barely about to quit Chili's. And me and my grandma were both sick. My grandma had pneumonia and I had the flu. And, well, this is when she had her car before this one. And I didn't have a car still. So she drove a Hyundai. Beware of Hyundais, by the way. Sonata. And we had just got it back from the dealership. My mom brought it back because we were both sick. And we're in quarantine. Because this is when you had the flu and you had a quarantine or whatever. I don't know what. And so my sister needed to ride to work, and we had just got out of quarantine, and I was already feeling fine. So I was like, okay, we just got the car back today. My mom brought it. I'm going to go pick up my sister, drop her off, and I'll come home and relax. So I'm like, I bring Sunny with me. So it's me, Sunny, in my grandma's car. And well, I was literally just down the street, right in front of the radio station. So I'm right there, and I'm driving, and Sunny's in the back, and he jumps in the front. And the thing is, like, he switches gears when he jumps. So he jumped on the gear and went from drive to neutral. And I was like, Sunny! And he's right here in the front seat. And so I parked the car. I stop it and I put it in park. So I put it back in drive. And it starts going backwards. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I park it again and I put it in park and I turn off the car. No, I do it again. I put it in park and I put it in drive and it's still going backwards. And then the third time, I put it back in park and I turn off the car. And once I turn it off, it doesn't turn back on. Everything's blinking. All the lights, even the fucking button on the car keys was like pressing itself, dude. It was trippy. And I was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, okay. And I called my mom and the steering wheel was locked. And I thought it was just that. And I'm like, Mom, can you come? Because she's just 2 blocks down. I was like, the car's acting weird. I don't know what's wrong with it. And so literally 2 minutes, she comes like real quick with my sister and my brother because my sister has to go to work.
Yeah.
And so she gets in the car and she's like, what the fuck? Because everything's blinking like weird. Like all the lights, like I don't know what. And then she's like, oh my God, get out of the car. Get Sunny. And I'm like, what? And then we see smoke coming out of the engine. She's like, you don't smell that? And I'm like, no, we see the smoke. She's like, get Sunny, call the fire department. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, okay. So I start freaking
Shout out
out.
Fire department again.
For real. I start freaking out. And so we get in my mom's car and she starts putting in reverse. And I'm like, oh my God. And there's so much smoke coming out and we already smell it. And we're like, fuck. And the fire department takes like 10, 11 minutes. Dude, the car's already in fucking flames. I was crying. We called my grandma, and I was just like so traumatized, dude. It was bad, and it was on that same street. It was fucking weird. And the thing was, we just got it back from the dealership, and I told my mom, and I told the fire department and the police department, and the fire department was like, it has to be electrical. You have to call him back. You have to call him back. So my grandma like does this whole thing, like a whole claim and everything, gets insurance or whatever, and she calls Hyundai, and they check everything. Like the insurance people would check the car, and it was electrical. It was whatever they fixed in the car, dude.
That's so dangerous, dude.
Mm-hmm. And whatever that it was recalled.
Oh, God.
It was recalled because something, I don't know what, because there's been cars in the past that have been catching on fire.
What?
So how could you send a car back and not check the parts that you're fixing to see if there's no recalls?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was so bad. I cried so hard.
Dude, that's so crazy. And you know what? Like, that where that car with the house or with that trailer, dude, it was right in front of like the radio station too. Like it was right in front of like how there's like the big pole there.
Yes.
It was right in front of there. Like it's the house right there. Like not right there, like on this side. Like if you're looking like down, like towards where your grandma lives.
Yeah.
Like not there.
Okay.
Like or like you're standing there, like not on this side, but on other side. Where like all the it was like there.
Oh my God.
And you were saying that happened like right in front of the.
Yes, right in front of it. It was so bad, dude.
That's crazy.
But the car, the way it was acting was fucking weird. Like the button clicking itself, I don't know.
Dude, that's so weird. Like the fact that like the keys, like that's a totally separate thing. Mm-hmm. That's so weird.
It was weird. I don't know how the cars do that, but it just basically shut itself off. Like it was just like, yeah, I'm not done. And then the way I was telling the story, I was like, Sonny, because the way he jumped.
Yeah.
My mom's like, just say he was driving the car. Just say he was driving the car. And I was like, oh. Because they would like kind of make a joke out of it, but it was traumatizing. Because I had that, not me in the accident, but the situation with my first car, it broke my heart.
Why? What happened?
The kid that crashed into it outside of my house. It was parked in front of my house. And I woke up and, because my car, I would park it right there. And I woke up and everybody was like right there, like the UPS, the police, and my mom. And I look, my car's all the way over here, dude. Some kid like crashed into it so hard, it went all the way into front of my neighbor's house.
What?
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
And I was asleep. I didn't hear nothing. And they were like, dude, it was so loud. The UPS, because I live right in front of there, all of them were there. And they knew who it was. And they all came to talk to him because they said that before he was speeding. And when he crashed into my car, like, it was loud. Like, they all came and they were trying to, like, stay. Like, we're going to call the cops, you know, like, stay. Like, don't leave. Like, stay. He's like, I can't do this. And he's crying. He takes off. And they're like, okay, we'll leave. Like, they let him leave. But the thing was, they all memorized his license plate. So they found him and they arrested him and we pressed
Wait,
charges.
how long ago was that?
My car was when I had moved back, 2018.
Oh, okay, never mind. Wait.
No, 2019, because I had just started a new job.
Because I was going to say, like, what's up with people, like, because all these memories I'm having, like, I know they weren't, like, recent. Mm-hmm. Because I think my grandma passed away in 2019, like, in August. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I had no business being there, like, afterwards. But I remember hearing about somebody crashing into a car because they were speeding. But this was, like, when I was, like, still in school.
I don't know.
So, like, all the things that happened to you, I heard happened too in that area. But, like, obviously it wasn't you. Like, it was, like the same shit's happening.
Yeah, but the way it's coming, like, back, I don't know. It's weird.
That's, like, weird. That's weird.
Yeah, my area is weird. I don't know. But then I don't hear nothing.
Speaking of weird shit in that area, is one thing I wanted to say. So, like,
my house being haunted.
So, like, I literally have chills right now because I'm thinking about it. One time, this was, like, at my grandma's, like, when the trailer was gone and everything. And, like, some family from out of town was over and we were having, like, a cookout there and stuff, right? And so, like, it was already, like, nighttime. I don't know if, like, there's, like, creepy shit that happens there, too. But I thought it was weird that, like, because whenever me and my cousin would walk in and out of the house, like, we stopped walking, like, out of, like, because there's a door to go outside through the living room. And then there's, like, a door to go outside through the kitchen. So everybody was like, we were all talking like in the kitchen, then we got bored because we're like, oh, they're adults, you know. So then, but like at a certain time, I think we stopped using like the living room because, you know, rules, whatever. So then, but we would also like walk out back and forth through like the front door, and like I know how all that area looks, right? And then so we're walking in and out and stuff, we're chilling, and then we're outside and we're just I don't know what. I'm going back into like the house through the kitchen, and then I open the door and something tells me just to look down again, even though like, and tell me why perfectly placed. It's like no like no a piece of a jaw of something, like it's like half of a jaw and there's like a fang on it. And like it
like
has
a dog thing, or
no, well I don't know,
or like a chivo or something.
No, like it was weird. It was probably like about like this big. It was like, and but it was just half, and all the teeth were like perfectly intact, and it was just there, sitting there perfectly.
That sounds like some brujeria.
That's what I was about to say.
Exactly.
It has to be.
And the thing is, tell me why I picked it up, but
girl.
Then what are you supposed to do?
Now you're cursed forever.
But like I don't know, and then a crazy thing. I think like later on, this is creepy too because we're here, but
Is it in the room?
No.
Why do you always talk about scary stuff?
I'm on the edge of the bed.
So I think this happened after I saw that there, because I think like I was like, what's this? And then my mom was like, throw that away, like, you know, like you shouldn't be touching that or whatever, you never know.
Yeah.
And then like, girl, you got a point, like later on, right? But I don't know what, like I was just cleaning, and I never clean, like, or like back then, like I was a kid, like I wouldn't really. And I was like, and this was after that, right? And I was like, you know what, let me clean my fucking window, because I never like open, like back then, like I would never open my window and stuff and all that. So I open this shit, right? And I look down, and right by, on the inside of like the windowsill right here, is just like a fang. Like no jaw or nothing, but just like a small little fang. Just like perfectly placed, like in the center of the windowsill, on the
Standing
inside.
up?
No, like laying down, like laying down. And I was just like, so I picked it up and threw it away. But I'm just like, why is it on the inside?
Yeah.
You know? And I'm like, and so I try to look it up, like, you know, like brujeria, like, you know, like what does it mean if you see like I just looked up the jaw thing, I looked up like the little fang thing, like, and I'm like, is there a significance on where you find it or whatever? And like I couldn't find anything, like there's no like, so I'm just like, what, like, you know, like what's. And you know what my grandma told me too, whenever like we would be outside like at night sometimes, we would just talk, because I would like water the grass with her, and then like we'd like watch the sunset and we would just talk.
Water the grass at night? Oh my god,
yeah.
me and my mom too.
Yeah, and then my grandma like she would tell me like we would always hear every night, like we would hear howling. like the dogs howling, and she was like, when the dogs howl like that means somebody's gonna die. And that would happen. Always heard.
And that area where grandma lived, that whole dark area, I don't like driving there at night. I don't like it. It gives me an ugly feeling.
You're giving me the creeps.
Because why is no one building nothing there? Like that whole area. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. Like something about that. Just.
And then the property like right like that kind of shares like next to like her house. It's like an unfinished house. Like it's just like and it's not even like a house. It's just like cinder block.
Yeah. And it's still there.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, there would just be, like, dogs. Like, people would just, like I guess, like, have dogs. Like, whoever owns the property, I don't know what. And they would just, like, leave, like the dogs there. And I remember, like, there was this one, we named him Cinnamon. Like, me and my cousin. And then we would, like, hang out with him and stuff and pet him through the gate or whatever. And then, like then the dogs would leave and then come back. But they would just be chilling there. But, like, nobody lived there. And, like, we never saw, like, an owner drop by to, like, feed them. But they would always have food. And then one time, whenever me and my mom went, we noticed like there was like a really nasty smell that my grandma was complaining about. And then my mom was like, and my uncle came too to like visit also, because he had moved somewhere else around town. And then like he's like, well, what's this, like it has to be something with like this property or whatever. And then there's just like a plastic bag, like a big like black plastic bag like out there, or like a trash bag. And like my uncle gets closer, and that's like where the smell's coming from. And then like he tries to pick it up, and it was like real heavy, and he was like yeah dude, like there's, and so he called like animal control or whatever. There was just like a dead dog in there, like a big ass dead dog just chilling there. I'm like, dude, I don't know what it is about that area, but like everything that we're talking about, like it's like weird.
Yeah, that area, I don't know, something else.
You're scary.
Yeah, and it's weird because that area before all the houses were built, it was a drive-in movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It was abandoned too for a while, but I don't know. And I don't even know what to call that area because it's not Sanfe and it's not Valverde.
Mm-mm.
But people say it is Valverde, but then I heard people say I live in Sanfe. I'm like, girl, I don't even know where I'm from. I'm not from here.
It's not counted as Sanfe. There's Sanfe streets though, because they're extended Sanfe
the same,
streets.
yeah.
But like, it's not Sanfe area.
It's just like a piece that's cut off by the train and the highway.
For real.
Yeah, that shit's really weird. And then you know what? I remember this one time. I was outside, like playing in the yard, and my grandma had a provider and stuff. We would just chill, and then like sometimes I would help, like, or pretend to help, like, you know, like clean or whatever outside, because I was too little to understand what was going on. So I was just like whatever, and it was like, I don't know, close to Halloween or something, and it's probably something stupid, like, you know, it was probably just like some kids like in a car like being dumb, but like a car was passing by, and like it had passed by before, and then it passes by again, but really slowly. And like the windows like rolled down, and like it's just somebody wearing a mask, and it looks like a little kid, like a little kid's face, like with like weird ass makeup, and then they're just like, yeah, and then they're just laughing and just staring at me, and then I just like froze. And then like my grandma's provider was like oh, don't listen to them, they're just being stupid. But that shit, like I still remember that. And I'm like, did y'all ever see that, or was that y'all? No, I'm kidding.
Fuck no, that's not me.
That was not me.
I was the same age as you.
Yeah, dude, like that. I don't know what it is about that area, but that shit's trippy.
That area gives like Pet Cemetery vibes too, low key.
I would always like. I remember like whenever like I'd be outside like real late with like my cousin whenever we were like a little bit older. I would just kind of like stare off like into like the monte over there, and I wouldn't see anything, but I would just like, if I had to go to my car like when I was older, and like we would all like park there on the side when all the family was visiting, like I remember like I'd be scared.
I don't like driving
like I'd be scared to like go to my car because there's like no light posts there. There's no nada, like, you know, and like even if like the porch lights on, like that shit doesn't illuminate for shit, you know. They're all yellow and shit and all fucking like they're not even like bright LED. Like it was an old ass house. So like I'm walking out there, and I remember like I'd just be like pacing like hard because like,
that same area driving right there gives me the same feeling driving by the Devil's Corner. I can't look. I just fucking drive straight, and I'm like, I'm not fucking looking. That, or I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go like I'll turn around. I do not drive the whole way.
What's the Devil's Corner?
The one by, okay, redact this name. Right there.
Like, okay, remember Rotary Park?
Rotary Park.
Where there's some of the shows would be at? Outside?
The casa? The park?
Yeah, so you know how you drive down, and then you could like go down like that dip, and then you could go like downtown?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so like before you go down that dip, you just turn, and there's like no houses on like this side. Okay. And you just go all the way down that corner where like the flood, like...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and there's posts that say like, I don't know, just say something about the property, because now there can't be houses there because that little, how do you say, that little like creek right there? That's where the flood happened too. So it's like all blocked off, and it's just ugly. And there's a story that it's a Devil's Corner because there will be like groups there that will go and like make sacrifices to animals. I don't know what. Animals and babies. Supposedly. I don't know. And I'm gullible. I believe anything. And right there,
you believed his lies.
No, but the thing is, one time I have a story from right there. Are we back to the ghost stories?
Yes.
Okay. Me and my cousin Alina, you can keep her name in because this is like a good story. My cousin Alina, her grandpa lives in one of those houses right there. And it's the
yes,
last...
I know that house.
Yes, the White House.
Yeah.
Yeah. So her grandpa and her grandma lived there. So growing up, we were like little kids. We would always play when it was just me and her. So we would always play because her toy room was in the back. Mm. So it had a door open and you could just walk outside. But it's facing like the whole like creek thing. Mm-hmm. So we had it a little bit cracked open. I think it was a screen, but it was open. I remember because you could see the outside. And we were playing and it was real quiet because we weren't talking like for that moment, but we were playing. And we hear crying. And we're like, we look at each other and she's like, I know what that is. And I'm like, what? She's like, have you ever heard of the La Llorona? And I was like, girl. And that's when she told me. And she was like, yeah. She cries here sometimes because she's crying for her kids. And I was like, girl, what? I fucking freaked the fuck out. And we heard it clear. We did not go outside. She shut the door. And I was like, girl, what do you mean you hear this all the time? What do you mean? And that's when I discovered La Llorona. Because, you hear shit over there in the corner. So, when I heard about the Devil's Corner, I believed it. Because it's the same area where I heard the crying. I was like, Ever since I never went to her fucking grandpa's house again. I don't like that area.
Oh my god, the shit that... Oh, wrong frame. I like switched to you. All stupid. And you're just like...
the blanket.
No, okay. The shit that's happened at the unit, dude.
Oh, no.
Don't tell me!
So the first time, like... And I know that it wasn't because me and Chris were, like, drunk as fuck. Like, because it was just me and him jamming. It was, like, way back then. Like the first year... Like, not last year, but the year before that. Mm-hmm. And we were writing music and stuff. We were jamming, drinking. And it was late. And we're doing Wasted. Okay. Like, we're barely, like, kind of, like, finalizing
Plays
that
Wasted
song.
in the back.
we're finalizing that song. And then, it's towards the end where, like, and at that point where I'm just, like, wasted, all way, like, that part. Like, I didn't know what to do there yet, so I just wouldn't sing. And out of nowhere, like, I hear like somebody like a female voice, and it's not inside, it's like from outside, like shouting in, and I just hear like Ari, like really like a female feminine ass like voice, like yelling at me, and so I just kind of like right, like I'm just like, what? Okay, can finish the song.
And
like,
Chris heard it too.
Okay, so then we finish the song, right? And then I look at him, and then I'm like, dude, I don't know if I'm just like fucked up or what, but like I wasn't singing, and then he was like, dude, you heard that too, right? And he's like, okay, cool. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't know if I was tripping. And then I was like, yeah, dude. And he was like, dude, it sounded like I said your fucking name. And then I was like, okay, that's it. That's clarification.
No,
you know? No. And so then like I immediately, and we were like feeling the vibes. We were feeling the vibes, you know? And then like that happened, and then Chris was like, maybe we should dip. And I'm like, yeah, dude.
For him to say that?
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. And so then we were like, I was like, okay. And I was like, well, can we go get the cord together? Because you know how we had to like walk around, like, yeah. And so he was like, yeah. And then so we both had our flashlights on, and we were like rushing. Like, we weren't trying to talk as much so we can hear, and we were just like,
yeah,
you know. And then we packed everything up, and then he was like, okay, let me walk you to your car. And then,
yeah, because to go to your car, it's like right there on the...
Yeah. And so then the other time I was by myself waiting for everybody to get there, and sober. And I'm like, and this was like in October last year, and I'm waiting for Turi and Chris to get there. I think I told you all about this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like just for them. But so I'm getting or like I'm getting everything set up. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna have my music blasting, like, you know, and like leave my car on. So I open like my car door, and I leave it open, and then I open like the passenger side too, so that the music reaches out that way too. And I have like some light from there, and then I get the cord, and the song that's playing is "Flesh and Solitude" by Narrowhead. And I know that song, like, you know, like I know it. I listen to it all the time. Like I
just put it in your
like I would have picked up, like, because you know sometimes like, you're hearing a song, you're like, oh, I never heard that before, you know, like. No, like I've listened to it in many different ways, like headphones, no headphones, through my phone, through the car, whatever.
Through your pussy,
like through my whole pussy now, like all this shit.
No head,
bitch, narrow no head. Nah, and so like I know that song, right? So like it's blasting. I go put the chord, right? So I'm like, you know what? Let me go and set up my guitar already, right? So I set up my guitar and I'm tuning, but I have like a tuner like where it shuts off like the noise, so like you don't hear it, but like the equipment hears it, so that's how you're able to tune. So I'm tuning, and it's toward the end of the song. There's no vocals, and then like I hear somebody just like it's like the music like dipped like briefly, and I just hear like, and it's Turi's voice, and then I hear like hello, literally. And then I just kept tuning, right? I kept tuning because I was like, it's probably Turi. And then like immediately I felt like chills like just go over my whole body. Like, dude, like I'm like,
and we all know how Turi talks.
Yeah. And so and then like after like it happened, like at that moment as it happened, like I was like, it's probably Turi. He came here, but then like everything started to hit me in that same moment, and then the music comes back up after that, and then I realized I didn't see no headlights. He always pulls up right behind me, and then I'm like,
where the fuck is Turi?
And then I'm like, so then I put my guitar down and immediately go to my car, and like whenever like I'm stepping out of the unit, I kind of like look like real quick to see nobody's parked there, nobody's there. I slammed the passenger side door. I turn the music down once I get on the other side. I unplug my music and I'm just sitting there. And then I'm like, Turi, like, you need to get here right now. And as soon as he gets there, like, he's like, argh! And then he opens the door, fucking, like, he slams it, he runs up, and then he walks up to the window, and he's like, what happened? And then I'm like, get in. And he's like, what? And then I tell him everything, and he's like, dude, no. That shit was scary. Like, I don't know what type of shit is going on out there.
At least you didn't like say nothing back, because you're not supposed to say nothing back. If someone's calling out your name that you don't know, oh my god, I have a story of my job, my current job. Oh my god, okay. So my current job, I'm a phlebotomist, and I stick people all the time. So where we work, I'm not gonna say where I work, but I guess I can. I don't know. No, don't say it. Okay. So where I work, well, it's a bunch of machines, right? And we have a bunch of beds, so everyone comes in. And at that time, it was just me and my coworker. So it was only two of us, because it was kind of slow. And you walk in, and it's the floor. That's what we call it, the floor. So that's where I'll be. Me and her were on the floor. And then right here, it's like the little office, which is my manager's. And it's a door, and they have another door to go into their break room. So they were both, it was just the office open, and that door was closed. And it was just me and her, and it was slow, and we only had like maybe like 8 people, and we're just quiet because we didn't really talk because we're working. And we hear in the office someone calls my name. We heard they heard my name, like my name, why am I stuttering? My full name was called out, and they were like, Jacinda. And we both look at each other, and I'm like, someone called me, right? She's like, yeah, they're calling you in the office. So I walk in the office, there's fucking nobody. And I'm like, Jocelyn, you heard that, right? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, dude, there's fucking nobody in there. She's like, dude, someone called you. And the people we had, it was quiet. We weren't playing music. Like, none of the machines were beeping. Like, we both heard it. And for us to both look at each other and be like, did someone call me? She's like, yeah, they called you. And I was like, girl, we did not hear nothing. And we talk about it to this day. Because there's times, like, in the hallways, we'll hear, like, footsteps. Because you know when someone's coming. And it'll be early in the morning. So there'll be, like, 3 people in the morning opening. And you'll hear footsteps sometimes. And I've heard footsteps before. But that name calling, I was just like, what the fuck? And I went into the office. Dude, there's nobody there. And she was like, dude, someone called you. And I was like, I know. And then some guy that was there was like, dude, someone called you too. And I was like, I don't know. It was trippy. Trippy as fuck.
That makes me sick.
Dude, for a period of time, not last year, but the year before, and it kind of happened last year too, and it happened recently, like this week, but like at work, like I would hear, and it was always two distinct voices that would say my name. It was either a girl,
okay,
but it was like if like a lady was like shouting my name from like far, far away, like Ari, like that, you know. But it wasn't the same voice like that was at the unit. And like I could hear it, and it's really faint, but it catches my attention like that, and I'll always turn around, and like you could you could ask Brenda, like one of my coworkers, when she used to work in that area with me. She would always be like, and I'd like walk up to her and I'd be like, "Were you calling me, dude?" And then she was like, "No," like, you know. And I'm like, "Dude, like I could have sworn." So like I would hear that every now and then, and I heard it again. I think it was today. My memory is like shot, but anyways, and then it was either that or it was a guy. But it wouldn't but it wouldn't say my name, and it would be really low, and it would just be like, "Hey," and it sounds like they're right behind me, dude, right behind me. And that one I would hear it all the time too, right before like I'm about to go to sleep. It's like I'm barely like
before you go to sleep.
Yeah. And then out of nowhere, I'll just hear like I'll hear like not a hey, but like I'll hear like he's like finishing a sentence or something, like he's like, you know, and then I just fucking like I shoot up and I'm like, what the fuck?
Is it in the room right now?
Nah, but I don't know.
Nah, he just left.
Nah, but I don't know. Like I never would get scared. I'd just be like, what the fuck, dude? You know? But it's just weird. Cause,
like, that unit shit though.
Yeah, the unit shit, but
it's a no for me.
Yeah, I don't know, that shit's trippy, but like it stopped happening, and like now like I get weird dreams all the time. You know about my weird dreams. I tell you all about them. And then whenever I wake up like with Doom, because in case y'all don't know, Doom is about a dream I had. The song Doom by Youlogy. But anyways,
why do we have sleeping problems?
Dude,
Gemini's. It's the other voices in our head, just like
for real. No, but like whenever
we're just tripping, it's just our brain like fucking with us.
Yeah, no, but like that dream, like the Doom dream, it's like exactly like how the song goes. Of course, like more context, and I'm not gonna get into it.
We'll just add it in the video.
but it's like it's basically like I witnessed like a crime scene, and I witnessed the crime go down, and then I witnessed like the after the fact, like all in like one dream, and it was crazy. Like it was
like you're just standing there the whole time watching.
Yeah, and like they don't know that I'm around, and then they ask me about it, and then it turns out that like it's like actually like a movie of something, but I experienced that thing. Like I was in there, but it actually happened, and it ties into other dreams that I've had, reoccurring dreams from when I was younger. You have
reoccurring dreams? Knock on wood, I have.
No, dude, like I have a lot, but I'm not gonna get into that. But yeah.
We keep saying but.
But yeah, I know, like that shit was crazy, and I would have gruesome dreams like that, like, you know, and I'd wake up just like, damn, that was crazy, and I just go back to sleep like nothing, like, you know, like I'm not phased by any of this shit, because I don't know what to think of it, but the voices shit, like it would happen for a long time. Like I remember one time, but I feel like it also had to do with like me just like abusing like alcohol too and stuff, you know, because like, but one time I was coming back from a concert with my friends, and I could have sworn like I heard, like, we stopped at a gas station, it was my turn to drive, and then I could have sworn like I heard my friend Jackie in the back seat laugh, like she was on her phone, and I just heard like her little haha, and then I was like, fucking Jackie, and then I didn't hear anything after. And then I turned, and then I'm like, is she not there? And then I look, and then like Jackie and my friend Jen are walking out of the gas station, or out of like the inside, like the store. They're walking out.
No.
Yeah, and I was like I wasn't scared or anything, but I was like,
girl, I would have freaked the fuck out. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know. I just realized that's a lot of like weird trippy shit that's happened to me, and I just doesn't faze me.
You're like
Yeah,
the
it doesn't really happen.
that kid
And I
that
hope
see
it never
ghosts.
happens. I just have devastating dreams. Like I have sad ones.
Mm.
Yeah, and I
I
wake
hate
up
having
crying
sad
from
dreams.
them. Like whenever my grandpa was still alive, because my grandpa was like addicted to drugs at one point in his life. I always had like nightmares, or they felt like nightmares because they were like scary to me. But like where he would start again. He would start abusing drugs again. And that, like, I would wake up, like, sobbing, like, no, like, I don't want him doing that stuff again. Like, I always had stuff like that. Like, I guess stuff more, like, that's, like, my fear of happening.
Yeah.
Because I would have dreams like that, or I'd have dreams that, like, my dad cheats on my mom or something.
Yeah.
And I get upset and I start crying and all that kind of stuff.
When I have dreams, I don't remember until later because I always get deja vu. That's one thing I always get, deja vu. So, like, if something's happening, I'll be like, oh my god, I just had a dream about this. It's fucking weird. But, I don't know, I don't remember my dreams.
It's weird, like, the only ones I remember are the reoccurring ones. And, like, even whenever, like, cool shit happens, like, when I'm like, oh, like, cute bitch, like, you know, don't remember nothing, like, you know, I don't remember, like, their face or anything, but I know that some stuff happened, you know.
You have these spicy dreams.
But then I'm like in the water and I'm seeing this bitch just fucking like bones being poured into water on top of me, and I'm seeing like a girl like hit something with her leg while she's swimming, and then she grabs it and it's like a rotten chunk of like somebody's body, and she screams and throws up.
Have you ever seen The Cell with Jennifer Lopez? That's what it's giving.
No.
That movie. And I saw that movie as a kid. Oh my god.
What's
trippiest movie. That's the thing. I don't know. It's like a whole fever dream, dude. Like, it's like her coming out of the water and blood. Like, I don't even know. You just have to watch it because it fucking tripped my mind out as a kid. And it's just like, I don't know, it's shit like that, like weird. It's good though, but I don't know. It'll fuck with your head.
I'll tell you what, like before, like not trying to make this about music, but like I used to like write like about like, oh, my heart's breaking, blah, blah, whatever. But now it's just like what's fueling it is just like my dreams, and I write them down. Cause like the new one, it's about another dream.
Yeah.
Like it's like, and it's weird, but it also like adds some like weird shit too, because it's like people can like, they don't know exactly like what it is, like, you know, it's not like it's
like the meaning behind it.
Yeah, like it's obviously not a relatable topic because it's something so like, it's something so random and so weird and so like gruesome, you know.
Very specific.
Yeah, but then whenever the way I write like out my dreams lyrically, there's not really like a point to anything. It's just describing different things at different times.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's an actual
like a full story.
Yeah. And so it's like people can just kind of like put together and make their own, so it's like a true, it's like a true, people make up their own meaning, not like how it's like, oh, I went through like a heartbreak and I just put my feelings in there and people can relate to it and interpret it however they want. I'm like, dude, people are all gonna interpret a love story the same fucking way, like, you know what I mean? But like this shit's
kind of like Hotel
different.
California.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Hotel California. What even is that song about though?
All his lyrics don't make sense.
Isn't it about well?
I thought it was about cocaine. And drug addiction.
Well, it's about I think it's just it's about like a trippy thing. I think actually it's about, I think Hotel California is like just like a place of like escape, and like, but like you think it's good at first, like drugs, like you think it's good at first, and then like you start to see the real shit, and then you're like, oh, you know. But a lot of people say it's about purgatory, and that you're trapped there or whatever, like that a lot of people are trapped there. But it also, I could see where it could also be like drugs too, because it's like, oh yeah, like once you come here, like you can't leave, like, you know. It's like
but
once
speaking of Red Hot Chili Peppers, there is tea about like Anthony Kiedis.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Wait, Hotel California? Oh, you're talking about
We're talking about the Eagles.
Oh, I was thinking
Girl.
of
Danny, California.
Danny Caleb. Sorry. Never mind.
Speaking of Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I'm like, I got some shit about Anthony Kiedis.
What happened?
He's on the list of the Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And well, his like past girlfriends were young of age.
That's so sad. I'm so sad because I like Red Hots.
I know, me too.
I swear, if anything comes out about fucking Chino,
Nothing
Nah.
will.
nothing will.
Knock on wood. The man.
That's my man's right there.
It feels good
To know your mind.
We gotta play. I'll confuse me singing you that song to relax you.
Oh yeah, dude.
But I think I can try. I will save your life. I will save
Oh no.
your life.
I'll try for you.
Nah.
Such a good song.
It is.
Chino Moreno, come on our podcast.
Chino Moreno on the podcast.
Shout out Chino Moreno.
For real.
Dude, you know what I like the most? Like, okay, in Needles and Pins, whenever R.I.P. Chi, but like whenever it's like what's the part when he's like, tune out everyone in the crowd, now it's just me and you, come fall in love with the sound, right? And then make a pact with each other, and then she's like, "Rah!" Like, I fucking love that part. And it's only the first time. The second time it doesn't happen.
Self-titled album has to be one of my favorite albums. Like, I know
Obviously.
for real.
Oh.
But like, I know a lot of people like love like White Pony and like Adrenaline and I love those albums too. But self-titled album, it reminds me of like a certain time in my life where I was just like gauging my ears in my restroom, and I would just be playing Deftones on my phone.
Battle Axe.
And I'd have it for real, and I'd have it like turned up all the way, and I'd be gauging my ears, and I'm like, yes, for the plot.
For the plot.
And then like this is like my story, you know, like I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna look so hot after this. I was gauging my ears and dyeing my hair pink in my restroom, and I would play the self-titled album a lot.
It's so good.
Oof.
There's some hits every time.
It's crazy though, because like if you like considered like if my mom was dumb and gave me my biological father's last name, it would have been Moreno. My last name would have been Moreno.
Lali. See,
But that wouldn't have sounded good. Leoncio Lali Moreno. Not really.
For real. And plus that Diaz tattoo looks so sick.
Yes.
To represent.
But yeah, so I was meant to be Moreno.
For real.
You're mine. Just kidding.
That's just giving him a chance to come snatch you up.
For real.
Just kidding.
Okay.
I'll respect his wife.
You're like, I guess.
So we are at 1 hour and 38.
God damn!
Ooh, man, we could talk.
Yeah.
I never told my blackout story.
We keep jumping.
Okay, you know what? We need to hear your blackout story, and then we'll do a close.
Okay. So one time, me and my best friend, my homie, my ride or die, Crystal. If y'all know Crystal, y'all know who I am. If y'all know who I am, y'all know Crystal. Because like
that was a duo.
It's like salt and pepper.
OG duo.
It's like freaking peanut butter and jelly. You know, like oh. Anyways, so me and Crystal were like, what's the plan? Because it was my little cousin's birthday, and her birthday's like 2 days after mine, so it's like her birthday's like on the 18th, and we went to I think McDonald's like play place because she was like real tiny and they didn't want to do something like too big yet because they're like she's not really gonna remember it. But then so like not in a mean way, you know, like it was just like one of those birthdays, and so they took her to McDonald's play place, and like all my family met up there, and then Crystal met me up there, and like we're all eating together. She's like, okay, what's the plan for tonight? I was like, I don't know, I think I could get my friend, let's call him Jay, my friend Jay to buy us like a couple bottles. Like I got money. I think I just got paid.
What was the age at this time?
I was 18. No, I think I had just turned 19. I turned 19, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I had red hair. I had just dyed my hair red. I was giving Tumblr girl vibes in a way, like little fall Tumblr girl vibes.
Should we bring up the old? We didn't even add the photos of us growing up. We'll talk about it another day.
Yeah.
So then, we do the little party. I go home, and then I start getting to messaging because y'all know whenever y'all start planning, you gotta start messaging everyone.
The chat was the move.
The plug for the alcohol if you're underage, which I do not condone that, but I mean I was at the time. So then I messaged him and like he was just like, yeah, sure. And then so like he's like, what time do you want to meet up? I'm like, well, whenever you can. He's like, okay. And so like he picks me up. I give him my card. He goes inside. He goes, hey, they didn't have the big bottle of Grey Goose because I told my friend, let's split it because I had just got paid. So I'm like, I don't care about a price. Just give me a bottle. And it's crazy because I was young and I didn't go straight to cheap liquor. I went straight to like
that
pretty,
hard shit.
Like not hard shit, like but like pretty much like mid-shelf popular brands, you know. I didn't go for like Mad Dogs or anything.
But Grey Goose straight tequila?
Yeah,
crazy.
Grey Goose? No, that's vodka.
That's vodka, girl.
Oh,
And so,
I've never had Grey Goose
so with Grey
for
Goose,
this reason.
so with Grey Goose, goddamn. So he's like, hey, they didn't have like the big bottle, which the big bottle is like what, maybe about that big. He's like, but they had these 3 little bottles, 1, 2, 3, and they were like in a band together, and they were the same price as like what the big bottle would be, because I already knew prices back then.
Okay.
So I could know like how much do I have for it, like enough for it or whatever. Oh, that's so bad. So then he got the 3 bottles, and I was like, okay, I'll let Crystal know. So I told Crystal, hey, I got the bottles, and she goes, perfect. And so what I would do, because everyone's like, oh, like you put them in your purse, they're just gonna clink against each other. I wrapped those bitches in shirts and put them in my purse so they wouldn't clink. Professional. So I wrapped them in shirts and I put them in my purse. I was like, bye, Mom. My friend's gonna take us to this party. He's gonna drop us
So
off.
you have 6 bottles on you?
No. He bought 3.
Oh, okay, 3.
So I told my friend Crystal, we plotted before. We plotted before then. They were the 3. I'm like, what are they, like a liter or something? Like that big?
I don't think that's a liter.
Oh,
maybe like 14 ounces, 16.
I don't know. Who gives a fuck?
It's like that big.
I'm like, let me see again.
So then I put it in my purse. I had told her, I take 1, you take 1. 1 for me, 1 for you. I said the 3rd bottle, we could use it and like make drinks with it one day. But let's do that. She goes, all right, sounds good. So we take a bottle each. Oh, God. So we went to our friend's house, and it was like, it was his house, his grandma's house, and then his best friend's house. So we went to the best friend's house, and they were doing a burn pit for some girl because she was like crying about her ex or something, and she was burning this big teddy bear that she had from her ex from like Valentine's Day or something. Oh, she was all sad, and there were all these younger girls, like they were younger than me and my friend, and they were like, oh hey, and we're like, oh hey, whatever. And my friend was being all buddy with them and giving them like shots from her bottle, and she was being very generous, and I was just like, like, nah, this is for me. So like I didn't take out my bottle till later, and I would take a little shot here and there, like. And so then my friend drinks all her bottle, and she's like freaking like, hey, I drank all my bottle, can I have some of yours? I said, ho, I paid the exact amount you paid. I said, we split this even, Steven. I said, this is my bottle. You've been sharing, it's not my fault. So I grabbed my bottle because I felt like she was going to keep asking. And I went, like, they had, like a little fenced-in area, like in their middle of their yard for their pets. So I went behind it. I chugged the whole bottle because I didn't drink that much from it. Just maybe like 2 like little chugs or whatever. I chugged the whole bottle. And then the guy who broke my heart, the guy who left me like before prom, fuck you, by the way. Just kidding. So
wait, did we post a story about him before? No, right?
I don't think so.
That we haven't.
I don't think we posted the story about him, but that guy, he showed up with his new bitch, the one that actually he had tagged photos of me, like, because he posted pictures of me on his Instagram, and he like tagged me in them, and they were just like random photos of like stuff that we were doing, like just like little
couple things.
Not couple things because we weren't a couple, but it was like little cute stuff, like, oh, I was making chocolate milk in one picture or something. She commented on my picture. She's like, ew. And then another one like, like, take this off, delete this, blah, blah, blah. Commenting that, like, public. And I was just like, all right, bitch, chill out.
Hater.
And so he shows up with her, and I was like, oh, God, my heart. And that was so sad. So I had chugged that bottle, and I'm dizzy. And my friend goes up to him, my best friend, she goes up to him. She goes, I don't like you. Fuck you. And I was just like, oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. And then she goes, somebody slap me. Because when my friend's drunk, she gets real weird. I don't know if she's still like this, but she gets real weird. She's like, someone slap me. Someone slap me. And so, like, the girl, and she goes, not you, to, like, the guy, like, not you. You're ugly. I hate you. And so the girl goes up to her to slap her, and she's just like, slap me, you bitch, and all this stuff. And so then I go to the restroom with Crystal, and I'm just like, I'm not okay, dude. I'm not okay. She's like, let's go. So I messaged that friend who bought us the bottles, who also took us to the party. I said, hey, can you take me home? Like, I don't feel good. He's like, already? And he's like, oh, yeah. So, dude,
he's like, I just dropped the guys off.
Listen. So then, oh God, I'm not proud of this. So he picks us up. I think he speeds over there so he gets stopped by a cop. And he tells us, I got stopped by a cop. And we're like, oh no, we're so sorry or whatever. He picks us up. We show up to my house. I start going in my purse for my keys. They're not there. I dropped them at the party. And so, he's like, stuck with us, and we're two like underage. Oh, we're not underage. We're two like young girls, and he's already older. And he didn't know what to do, so he like rings the doorbell or knocks on my door. And my parents were already going to sleep because my parents had to wake up early to go to Kansas to go visit my grandparents, my dad's parents, and they're gonna wake up early, so they were already going to bed. And so they get up, and then he goes, hey, like, I didn't get them drunk or anything, but like, but they asked me for a ride. I'm just bringing them home, and she didn't have her keys. They're like, okay, thank you. And then he was just like, well, yeah, here you go. And like, so they take me inside. Oh my God. They're like, Lali. And I was like this. I was like, and they're like, Lali. And I was like, and I was like, they were so scared. So my mom is so fucking scared. She calls my uncle, who's like, because he's a firefighter. So he's like EMT, like trained.
Certified, yeah.
EMS. I don't know.
One of them.
One of those. I'm sorry, I don't have it right. But she's just like, can you go over here? Like, Lali's like gonna be unconscious pretty soon. Like, she's not talking or whatever. So he shows up.
But later, you didn't add Crystal was with you.
Oh yeah, Crystal's still there in my house, and my mom was like, Crystal, what did y'all drink? How much did y'all drink? Why isn't Lali talking? And Crystal's like, I'm sorry, Gloria. I'm sorry. And then my mom's like, Crystal, shh, it's okay. Like, shut up already. Like, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry, Gloria. And my mom had told my dad to make toast so like we could eat it and like
soak up everything.
Yeah. And so she's just like, you could call the cops. You could call the cops on me, Gloria. Just don't call my parents. Just don't call my parents. And let me eat this toast. Let me eat this toast real quick, Gloria. Then you could call the cops. And my mom's like, shut up, Crystal. I'm not gonna call the cops. Well, then Crystal's like, I know what to do. All drunk, right? And she's like slapping me around, and I was just going like, This bitch sticks her whole hand down my throat. She goes, bitch, you didn't gag. And I was like, well, I'm unconscious. What did you expect? And so she puts her whole hand down my throat. Then I started throwing up. And she's like, bitch, I saw your throw up. It was like whole fries. Do you not chew? And I was just like, God damn. No, God. So I wake up I didn't wake up, but I was like, and then I started mumbling like, he was there. Like, I was real sad about this bitch. Like, oh God. And then, so I guess my uncle said, make sure she's sitting up. So they had me on the couch, like reclined up. He said, because you don't want her to throw up and like choke or whatever. And they're like, okay. And they kind of like made sure like I was okay and all this stuff. And I wake up in my bed in the morning, and I guess my parents are already gone because I heard them say like, Lali, we're leaving already out of town. Like, I'm so mad at you, Lali. Like, oh my God. And so I turned around and I looked at Crystal when we woke up in the morning, and I said, round 2? And she was like, bitch.
That's the third bottle.
It turns out I dropped my keys at that party, yeah. And yeah, it was really crazy.
Sorry, Gloria.
Dude, I'm sorry. It's the fries for me. She's like, you threw up whole fries, do you not chew?
That's no gag reflex for me.
Girl.
That's why they're crazy over me.
Cool. Oh.
That's why they're stalking me.
Oh.
Just kidding.
God,
but yeah, that's pretty
much
that's my Grey Goose story. Because I have another story about the Four Locos, but I don't know if y'all want me to get into that. Do y'all
can.
We can.
Because I've had
I'm on 2-hour episodes.
For real.
But this you have to add it in between.
Huh?
I said, but this part you have to add it in between after us. Because then we got into the ghost stories, which are
Nah,
good.
fuck it.
Yeah.
Nah, just
true.
leave it.
So then, okay. My best friend Crystal.
Where are they now?
I love her so much. So she was working on base, right? And she was getting, because she was like a summer hire or whatever, and she started meeting like these people who worked on base and stuff. Well, she met this chick, and this chick really liked drinking, really liked partying. So she was like, hey, I'm throwing a party at my house, you should come over, like you could bring your friends or whatever, like y'all should go. And she told a couple other coworkers that were around mine and Crystal's age too, but like these were older people. This ties in with a whole nother story I'm about to spill to you.
Wait, so how old are you right now?
Okay, so in this story, I had just dyed my hair pink, and this was the first time I had ever went pink, and I felt so fine because I was wearing this little maroon shirt and like a black bra that had like the straps coming out, so you could see like the little bonus straps. And I had pink hair. I was wearing like a little lace shawl over it, and then with some jean shorts and like some sandals, and because it was like the summer, so it was like cute girl vibes. Era. And it was a good era. I love that era. So I just felt myself like I was just like, ooh, like I just put on my makeup. I have gloss on, like this nude gloss, and I was wearing lashes. I look good. So then me and Crystal go to this coworker's house because she's really not a friend, and she has a lot of liquor. Like she had a whole bar in her place, adult things, I guess. Mm-hmm. And like her husband was this dude who had like a really good job, and so he would just get her anything that she wanted. So like if she wanted a bar, she got a bar, and it was like fully stocked. Yeah. Me and Crystal took like four locos with us or something. I don't know, but we took like four locos because cheap and they get you drunk fast. So we're like we're sipping on one, and they give us a shot, and then they give us another shot. And mind you, there's like older people there, and like we were just like 18 and stuff, and so we're like, oh, we're like around adults. Mm-hmm. And so we were chilling, we were drinking a lot, and then I started noticing we were getting really drunk. And Crystal was like, I can't drive my car. She had a tiny little Chevy Spark, like one of those little tiny cars. And I was like, okay. I said, maybe I could call someone. So I messaged this guy. I was like, can you come get us? And let's call him
Spark.
Yeah, let's call him Sparky. So I was like, hey, can you come get us? And he was just like, yeah, sure. So I was like getting really drunk at this party. I drank 2 Four Locos, already had like maybe 4 shots, maybe had like another drink. And I was like, oh. And I see this older guy who looks like, at the time I thought he was fine, but that was my beer goggles, honey, because oh god. And I said, hey, want to make out? And so he was like, sure. So we go to the ladies' front yard, and we're making out, and we're like, Like real gross. I don't even know who this man is. I never got his name. Oh god. So, oh no. And I gave him my number.
Oh
Never got a text back. That was
Where
kind
are
of
they
rude.
now?
But
Every time I look at the camera,
we made out real hard, and he was like, "Thanks," and I was just like, "Sure, like whatever, bye."
You like to?
And then shut up. I wish that square thing was a thing, like
For real.
like the whole tip me 15%, 20%, and then during the school time, my tia's boyfriend was there.
Okay.
Okay, remember this later. And whenever I was leaving, I was super drunk because Sparky showed up. I was leaving through the garage and they were playing beer pong, and that's where my tia's ex-boyfriend was. And it was her boyfriend at the time, I think. Or they were like kind of on a break, but still talking. And he was playing beer pong there. And as I'm leaving, I go, "Bye, Chris," or whatever his name is.
Ooh.
And then
She got
he's like,
local right
and
there.
then he was just like, "Oh, like she noticed me and like she called me out, you know."
Mm-hmm.
Like, just know I'm gonna tell my tia. And so then Sparky picks us up. He takes us to another friend's house, and that friend, let's call him Bob. So he takes us to Bob's house, which is like his grandma's old house, and all these guys are there, like all these gamer guys are there. They're having a game night. I guess they're like casually drinking or whatever, and they're like, "Hey, what's up?" And we're like, "Hey," but we're like super duper drunk. I don't know what we did there. So then I'm in the backyard, and I was like not okay, and I think my friend was throwing up. And as she's throwing up, someone, like, this is during the Trump-Hillary election, someone goes, "Fuck Hillary!" I said, "Who said that? Who said that?" I was like freaking out because I was so drunk. And then everyone was like, "Chill, like it's someone just like being stupid, you know." And I was just like, "No." And I take out my knife. I take out my pocket knife of like 4 knives, and then I take out my pocket knife. I said, "No, you'll find out who fucking said that. I want them dead."
Oh my god.
And they were like, and all the guys around me were like, "Whoa, like Leon, chill." And I was like, "Oh shit!" Like. That's all I remember. And then we fell asleep in my room because they dropped us off at my house. I don't know how we got in, and we're there in my room, and we're like knocked out. And I was like knocked out.
The way you sleep.
And then my friend was knocked out, and I got up to go throw up. I vomited like stomach acid green or something. Like I don't know what. Like, it was like crazy, dude. And then I was laying down in the restroom on the tile floor, and I was just sleeping, and then I'd wake up, go back to the bed, and my friend would get up, go to the restroom, throw up, and then lay in there, and then like we were swapping the whole night. It was so bad. So then I told my tia about me seeing her ex, which was her boyfriend at the time, and she was just like, "Oh, okay." And I said, "I think he left with someone." Well, turns out he left with my friend's coworker, one of her coworkers, and they did stuff, and I had to let my tia know because I'm a real one like that. Fuck that guy for real. He ended up
Put the knife out on the wrong person.
he ended up getting with this chick, and turns out like okay. Let's say his name's Chris, and let's say her name's like
Martha,
yeah. Let's say Chris and Martha, right? They're together for a while. They have couple friends, right? And let's say like they have couple friends named Robert and Mitzi or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And then let's say Mitzi has a younger sister. Well, that Chris and that younger sister chick ended up hooking up.
Minor younger?
I don't think she was a minor.
Okay.
And they ended up making videos. So then one time his friend, listen to this. His friend, because they were like a big friend group, right? And they would all go out on like friend group dinner dates, and they were all couples. So his laptop or something was having like a lot of errors and like viruses and stuff like that. I don't know. And so he sent it to one of their like friends that works on computers. And so the friend found the video of Chris and Mitzi's sister or whatever hooking up Well, the friend, what they did was take those DVDs, like they made them DVDs or like a copy, and they left them on the porch of their house for Chris's wife, Martha. That's her name. Martha to find. Yeah, but they're still not divorced. They're still together.
Yeah, he's a real one for making those CDs.
Yeah, like it's like the letter from Sam and Jen,
For
or from Snooki and Jen. Yeah.
Snooki and J-Wop. Oh my god.
They're like, last night at bed, Ron stuck his head in between two cocktail waitresses' breasts.
Boing.
Boing.
I like that
Love
part.
that. Yeah, that's a good part.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but that led down a whole crazy path with that dude. And I told her after that, you need to break up with him. And she stayed with him for like another year. And he ended up cheating on her, on my tia, with Martha. Mm-hmm.
So the women he was with was cheating on with women that he left them for.
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
That's messy.
Crazy tea.
Real messy.
But yeah, that's how I got drunk twice and took out a knife one time and barfed up whole McDonald's fries another time. Oh god.
Oh my god, that's so crazy.
Yeah, it was a fun time. I liked it. The music was banging.
Yeah, honestly, I think back to those days, like, when I would just, like, partied so hard. Like, looking back now, I'm like, dude, how am I fucking alive?
For real.
Like, dude, like, that's a fucking death sentence. Like.
For real. Our party errors are so bad.
Or, like, putting yourself in a dangerous situation, like, drinking to, like, the point of, like, blacking out. Like, someone could have, like, you could have been around the wrong person and they could have, like, taken advantage of that.
I've blacked out, but not to the point where, like, I scare my family and friends like that. Like, that's scary.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Sorry, Gloria.
Sorry, Mom.
Dude, honestly, though, like, your mom's a real one, though, because she, like, just, like, dealt with the situation. Like, I felt like if that were me, dude, my mom would have beat my ass, like, hard.
Well, my mom used to party, like, with my tias a lot. And, like, as far as, like, my mom knew at that time, like, this was the only time she's seen me drunk, you know? This was the only time, like, this was probably the first time she found out I was, like, drinking, you know? She probably had maybe had her thoughts here and there, like, oh, maybe Lali drinks on the weekends and that's why she hangs out a lot with her, like, cousin and her friends. But, like, this is the first time she ever saw me drunk, and she's just like, I've done a lot of stupid stuff in my day, like.
She's like, but you went hard
and
for.
She wasn't mad. She's like, so that would make me a hypocrite to get mad at you for doing something stupid. You know?
I guess, like, for me, like, my parents, I don't know much about my dad.
My punishment is them reminding me of that story. That's my punishment.
To this day.
Yeah.
The thing that sucks is, like, I feel like I'm definitely, like, the black sheep of the family, like, hardcore. Because, like, dude, my mom never partied, never drank, like, never, like, you know, like she drinks, like, a small glass of wine and she's like, ooh, I'm going to bed, like, you know. So and then
this with her robe.
No, and then my dad, I don't really know, like, he doesn't really say much about, like, his life. It's weird. I don't know much about. I barely found out, like, a lot of things about, like, my mom, like this year and last year. Like, it's weird. But yeah, but I know for sure, like, they didn't party, they weren't that type. So I'm just like, I'm the one doing all that shit, and it's like any little thing, fuck up. But I'm old enough now, so it really doesn't matter. But I don't tell them, like, straight up, like, I am hungover, I am drunk, because I still feel, like, ashamed. So I just kind of, like, have to, like, deal with it. But obviously I don't have to have that problem anymore, because I've convinced myself already, no more. But then also, like, talking about it now, like, I'm like,
you're like, I want to party.
I want to get drunky.
Parties aren't the same anymore, though. Like,
I think sure are not.
I think for real, but I think it's just because, like, the risk factor, like, you know, like for example,
like, because we're old now.
Yeah, because now we have to go to work the next day.
Yeah, and then also, like, now, like the risk factor now is, like, because one thing I noticed whenever, like, I would, like, party all the time, I'd party on work nights. And then it would be, like, the funnest time ever. And then I'd be like, fuck, I have work tomorrow. But then whenever I'm prepared, I know I don't have work the next day.
Like, oh, I don't have work.
And then
it's like the lamest night.
It's the lamest night ever.
I know.
And it sucks.
Mm-hmm. That's when you have to work early the next day is when it's the most fucking fun.
It's all about that risk factor.
Yeah, definitely.
The second time I blacked out, I blacked out with all my family.
Oh my god.
And the thing was, they weren't mad, but because, like, I feel like I'm, like, a funny drunk. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how to explain. But I was drinking Zimas at the time because that's when they brought them back. So my mom was like, oh, you know, if you put Jolly Ranchers in there, they taste real good. So there we are, fucking drinking I don't know how many packs of Zimas. And my tia was over. My tia Perla, she was over. And she had brought Fireball. So that's when we're all into Fireball. And that
she loves Fireball.
Fireball. And that's when the vapes came out. Like the vapes where you put like juice and shit. So there we are trying her fucking huge ass vape. And then fucking taking Fireball shots and drinking Zimas.
Oh, I bet that vape made you lightheaded.
Yeah.
Dude, it did. It did so hardcore. And I know that's how it started because I was fine. And we're all sitting, talking, drinking, you know, like we're having like family time. And I started like wanting to throw up. So I started throwing up at the edge. And that's all I remember. And I'm like, nah, I'm just spitting up. And they're all making fun of me. To this day, they still make fun of me. Because after that, I don't remember nothing. But there's videos of me where I'm like laying on the couch, or like my mom had me in her room, like when I had go home, and I'm just saying like vines or like funny stuff. Like there's one point where I'm at my mom's house and I'm like, ski. No, what did I say? This is when Little Pump was out. What did he say when he was like,
skid it?
Let's get it. There you go. So I kept saying that. I was like, let's get it. Let's get it. And I'm laying on my mom's bed just saying that over and over again. And I swore I heard the cats meowing that were outside. And I'll be like, Marble, shut up. Marble, be quiet. And my mom was just recording me. And I'm like, let's get it. Let's get it.
I want to see that. Sylvie, I want to see that.
And then there's a video that they have of me throwing up, and the whole time they're like, are you throwing up? Are you throwing up? And I'm like, oh, shit, I'm just spitting up. I'm just spitting up.
Oh, my God.
And they're just laughing at me, and it's so bad.
No.
And then it's me on the couch, and then my sister pans it to my grandma Beans, and she's just there, just sitting, watching me. And it was all my family, my dad's side and my mom's side. But, man, it was so fun.
Dude. Okay, this reminds me of the first time I got drunk. So the first time I got drunk with my cousin at my cousin's house. So it was like
Aaliyah cousin?
No. So because she was like my older cousin, and I was just like always hanging out with her, right? And then I was always hanging out with her, and it was rockabilly, and like it was after rockabilly, so I got out of the clothes, but I still had like some makeup on or whatever. And so she invited all her older friends, and I felt all cool. I was like, I think I was a freshman. I want to say I was a freshman. And she was a senior. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh my God, I feel so cool, whatever, right? And they were drinking the Jack Daniels, like the Down Home Punch, the Cherry Cola, all those, right? And so I started drinking them. I'm like, oh, these are good. And I was like drinking a lot. And then I started eating strawberries. And they're like, hey, the strawberries are for shots. I was like, then let's get these shots started. Oh. And so then I started taking shots. And I'm like, woo. And everyone's like, Lali. And I was like, yeah. And then like at one point I was like, and so then I go to her room. I go to my cousin's room. And like her bed was like this way, and I was like laying down, and I was like
laying down.
I was like, and I was just like crying so hard over a stupid ass boy. Like I don't know why I made like boys like my thing. Like I don't know why. Like none of them were worth the time. They all look like they smell like ass. Like. At the end of the day, like I look back at their pictures and I'm like, these boys look like they smell like ass. Why was I so about them? But anyways, I was all crying over this dude, right? And I was like, and all her girlfriends were like coming into the room, and they're like, Lali, are you okay, Lali? And I was like, yes, I'm fine. Go out there. I want you to have fun. Go. And they're like, okay, if you need anything, let me know. And I was just like, okay. And I was like, and then at one point, this guy that I had, that I thought was so cute and dreamy at the time, which, I mean, not anymore, obviously. But he came in and I was just like, I was crying, and then he's like, "Oh no, I'm so sorry, and I'm just like, "No, it's okay." And then this other guy who just got like not to throw that out there, but he just got like he just got put on like the sex offender list, because he was a senior hooking up with a freshman. Well, then I was a sophomore. Then I was a sophomore at this time then, and he was like a senior hooking up with a freshman. And he opened the door and went into the room, and like he's like, I don't need this on me, so he's like, I'm sorry, and he closes the door, like he was scared out of like fear, and I was just like dude. And so then I just remember she was just like, hey, like
you're a freshman too.
Well, because at one point there was a tent in his living room because at my cousin's living room. I don't know if I should be saying her name so much, but there's a tent in the middle of her living room because of her nieces, right? Like one of those play tents. So like some people crawled in there, and then the song that was playing at the time sounded like sirens, and then there was lights going on. We're like, the cops are here, and so like we all get out, and then like I ate some more, I snacked some more, and I kept telling this guy who I didn't think was cute, but I used to tell him anyways. I was like, Adam, you're so handsome. You're so handsome, Adam. And he's like, yeah, I know. And I was just like, now that I think about it, what a bitch, because he was kind of ugly and with a receding hairline.
I know.
And fuck you, Adam.
Fucking Adam.
And fuck. So then, you know what? Let me move you to my parents' room, Lali. Like, you're acting a little crazy.
Like,
and like, I guess people wanted to go to like her room or whatever, so I was just like, okay. So she moves me to her parents' room. She puts on the TV, and it was playing like Fresh Prince, right? So you know it's late. And
George Lopez.
I'm laying down. And wait. I'm laying down, and I start hearing the.
Okay.
And I'm like, I love this show. And I was there, right? I was drunk. And then I turned around off my Tio's bed, off the edge, and I go, and then I get out of the room. Or no, I don't go to the room. My Tia and Theo have their own restroom, like connected to their room or whatever. So I went, and then I get in the shower with my clothes on. And then I'm like laying in the shower for a bit, and I'm like, And so then I take off my clothes, come out in a towel, and I go, and it's like, what the heck? You're like in this tiny ass towel. And I was like, I threw up. She's like, oh shit, Lali. Okay. And in my tia's room, she has a picture of like my great grandma, who I never met. She passed away like whenever my mom was a baby. And I was looking at the picture of my great grandma, and I was like, I'm so sorry, great grandma. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Your ancestors died for this.
I was like, I won't drink again. And I was feeling so bad and so guilty. And I'm all getting teary-eyed. And I was feeling so bad and so guilty. She was like, come on, Lali, let me take you to the shower. So I get in the shower again. Next thing I know, I wake up in her clothes, like in these clothes, and like she put me in basketball shorts and like a big t-shirt, and I was like, oh my god, dude, I'm so sorry. She's like, yeah, dude, you were crying a lot. Everyone wanted to know if you were okay. Like, I was just like, I'm sorry.
You're like, silly little me.
I feel so bad.
It's so bad.
Oh my god.
God damn. Well, it's been 2 hours and 13 minutes.
Oh god, I'm sorry.
God.
I'm sorry.
No,
The
it's
stories just got
dude,
so
oh my
good.
God. We need to continue on the drug stories, but next time.
Yes. I'll talk
This is good.
I'll talk about the guy that I made out with.
But also, it's also like 1:27 a.m.
No, like for next time.
Yes, of course. I'm like, fast forward. Nah.
The stories are getting good, guys. Y'all gotta watch. Hopefully y'all didn't get lost in the ghost story.
We need to add timestamps.
Dude, for real, we need to start doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Hardcore.
Alright, bye y'all. Thanks for watching.
Good night. See y'all next.